Good morning, America, or good evening if you are in another country outside of here. I'm Nikki Estes. I'm here to represent the top voices and the emerging voices that we represent for Market Me More. We are an agency that represents great people that are creating impact. It is in my heart to be able to share their voices because they say things, they do things that are either socially impactful in their communities, economically impactful for their society, for their group, or maybe spiritually impactful. And these are the people that I want to tell you about. And today I have a very special person that I want to spotlight. Actually, there's two. It's a couple. It's a power couple, Nick and Sandra Larson. I met Nick through LinkedIn. It was quite a fun experience to be able to meet people through the DMs, through events, live streams. And he's one that I've been able to get to know on a personal level. He has actually taught my kids how to surf, which is fun. His wife, we call it Sandra and Uncle Nick. He is, though, a businessman. And as a business owner in the Bay Area, I'm going to tell you a little bit about him so that maybe you want to get to know him better. Maybe you want to follow him. Let's see. It's a great opportunity for you to learn. So not only is he in the Bay Area, he's a host of a podcast that is international. It's in 50 countries. There are over 2 million people that are watching his episode, 𝗘𝗃𝗲𝗿 podcast. It airs on Spotify. He is doing live streams on LinkedIn. And I'd like to introduce more about the types of publications that he's done. He is one of the 25 most influential people in communication technology in the PR Weekly. He's an active angel investor, a mentor, and he supports lots of startups, supporting them as they go through their technology startups and in healthcare. We did a post recently, and it was mostly focused on events. So we're asking, how do you bring communities together? And one of the great ways that Nick does it is through events. And when we did this poll, we said, when you attend an event, whether in person or online, what influences you to decide when you want to engage within this community? And this is the important part. If you're there and you're a part of a community, you need to engage in it. But what is it that has people to do it? And our top answer here, you can see, is people want to gain valuable insights. That's why they engage. If you have a reason why you engage, please put it in the comments, even if you're watching this on replay, so that we can gather that intel, because we want to encourage you to engage with your community. We want to invite you to events like this online and invite you to events like Ageless. And we want you to meet people, to grow your business, to grow your network, to grow the opportunity that you have to be impactful with wherever it is that you are. This is the profile of Nick that you can go check out. We'll add that to the comments so you can go and follow him and learn more about him. In the image here, you can see he's got the backdrop of 𝗘𝗃𝗲𝗿. They meet at the Park James Hotel. The events we also will show you in the comments when the next ones are. The online event that he does is with Corey Warfield. Now, last week, he had one of the most impactful. He was so excited. He was jazzed when he came out of it, talking about the humanity aspect of how AI and humans are working together to be able to build the next generation of innovation. So I would go check out AI Zombies with Corey. Then you can also find they were in person for this 200th episode of 𝗘𝗃𝗲𝗿, but you can find it live, played through replay. You can find it played through replay when it was live, but go check that out. It's going to talk about, the story of how this gentleman has seen AI develop over the years and how we're going to get it adopted. And he's talking about putting it into the classroom. So as we're learning about all this new innovation and we're excited about the things that technology can do for us, they're going to need some teaching. There's going to need to be some coaching. The young children, of course, they learned all about technology with our cell phones, right? We're so easy to watch them playing with iPads and watching them with their phones. But we need to be teaching them about AI because it's rapidly growing, it's expanding its influence. And on this conversation, they were talking about how we can get it into the classroom. So I would encourage you to go and to watch it, to learn more about, what the next phase looks like in AI with Michael Clark. Another episode was the 𝗃𝗃𝗲𝗿. So this is one that is live stream that Nick and Sandra are running. You can go and learn about crypto. So I don't know if you've heard about Bitcoin and stablecoin. There is Ethereum. There's all kinds of different currencies that are out there, and it's being spent in the same way as your credit card, as your cash, as your checks. But this is a new age. I would encourage you to go learn more about it. My family enjoys learning about Bitcoin, and you can learn more about this through the recent 𝗃𝗃𝗲𝗿 episode with Nick. Another place where you can go and to see Nick and learn about communities is at AI Infra. So this is ran by Bill Berry and his group at Ignite GTM. So Nick is a partner with AI Infra, as Market Me More is as well. And what they're seeking to do is to teach people about how AI has been helping enterprises so that the enterprises can go and tell the small, medium, and businesses how they can be able to use it. So NVIDIA and Supermicro are the sponsors of this tour that they're doing throughout the country. They're going to Chicago. They've been in New York. And I'm asking them to come to Florida next. But here, we're taking all of those that are local. Like we had the speaker in Atlanta, Georgia, when I was there with our speaker, Nitin Gupta. They were telling us about how Campbell's Soup is using AI for their operations. And there were people in the room that were soaking it up because they want to be able to use it for their retail. So you can find out where the next one is. We'll be posting it on Top Voices Unite on our events calendar, and you can go and check it out in person, get an invite. I'd love to see you learn more about how AI can help your business, not just for the school. It's not just for marketing. It's not just for technology. It can help in all kinds of ways, from your accounting, from your operations. It can help you with lots of things to help your business to be more efficient. Now on to Sandra. So she is an excellent powerhouse. This woman, she is a designer. We did the work with her for Ageless Evolution. Market Me More was there helping to do all of the visuals. We did the banners. We helped with the big stickers that were on the ground to guide you to where the pavilion was. She had a strong hand in it. Her and our lead designer and co-founder, 𝗳𝗃𝗲𝗿, they put together an excellent presentation for Ageless. So you want to learn about longevity and health, man, her heart is sold out to this. So I would tell you to follow her, because she is also the one that drives the ship for the zombie show, for the designs, for the overall casting. She helps with that. And her attitude, her personality is just amazing. I'm a big fan of Sandra too. You can see that she's made some posts here to talk about those that are the voices of longevity and wellness. She represents them in a way that is very careful to speak. She speaks in a very kind way. She has a leader heart. And I would suggest that if you wanted to work with her for an event, you will feel more special after the event's over, because she has built you up from before the event, during the event, and then afterwards with great praise. We'll put these links in the comments as well, but this was the October 10th when she was talking about the agenda, posting it out there for us so that everyone was aware of what's going to happen, so that you felt prepared going into it. Having being a part of this event last year and to this year, there were lots of lessons that we picked up, like starting earlier to be able to advertise this event. And in doing so, we were able to build people up better, to talk about their stories, to build up the speakers so that you were aware of who was going to be there, so that you could get excited. And then when the agenda came out, that was the thing. That was the great excitement that we were all waiting for, to see who all was going to be there. Were there a little like, what are we called? There were hints and foreshadowing of who was going to be there. But then when you got to see the full release of everyone and you got to see their bios, there's lots of excitement that came with it. After the event, she went and she posted about it, and it was a big deal. There were a lot of people that were involved, like Human was there, Michael was there. There were many voices that came alongside her to speak up and talk about what was happening before the event, coming to the event the night before. We were doing so much prep work setting up, and Peter was there too. All of these people were really a great influence. Influence is the wrong word. Great partners to help to influence the situation to help to build community, because that was the goal through the event, was to build community with those that were like-minded, with founders that wanted to be a part of what was next in longevity, what the innovation was going to be for healthcare. So as far as a slideshow, that's all we have for this. But let me talk about some of the other key accomplishments that Nick has done. And I'll get this off my screen here. All right. So I'm in a weird place right now. We went to an event last night in West Palm. So maybe sometime I'll put together a video and show you all the weird places where I set up these lives. But anyhow, so besides the Silicon Zombie, he's had some other ventures like One Piece Work. He's been a co-working accelerator concept. He's also been one of the founders of 𝗲𝗏, which was an AI-driven social media platform. Why he matters is because his thought leadership, his digital influence, his tech transformation, he does high-level conversations that help thought leadership to get forward. So if you watch any of his episodes from Silicon Zombies, you know that the leaders that are there have something to say. They're doing big things. They're doing innovative things. And it goes everywhere from singer-songwriter musicians. He's had everything from professors that come in from Stanford or educators that come in from other countries. He has had presidents of companies that have come in to teach what they do, why they do it, and it all provides a good value for those that attend. They can be able to get these takeaways that I know I appreciate, and that's what I tend to give from the top voices, is I want to share with you what other people are doing so that you could be able to grow on your journey. Big ideas, innovation, and the future of work. He has entrepreneurial and investor credibility. He connects founders with creators, with technology, and this ecosystem that he's made is a community that you can be able to rely on when you want to grow. He's showing how to build platforms through podcasts, a show, and the community, which is a model that you can study, you can be able to collaborate with, you can sponsor even to get your visibility out there. And in sponsoring an event like these, you gain credibility because of the speakers that attend, and that'll help you with your network strategy. So opportunities to be able to explore in the future. Maybe you want a guest on the show. Well, let's connect that. Let's put that together. If you have topics in tech, leadership, influence, or the future of work, I can definitely get you involved. If you want to talk about crypto, we can ask and see what they're going to do on the next episode. Maybe that's a conversation that you want to be a part of. If you want to cross-promote what you're doing, maybe you have a live, maybe you do podcasts, or maybe you do events in the Bay Area, let's get you connected so that you can do events together. And there's lots to learn about his format. You can learn about the structure of the show that Sandra has put together so well, the audience that's growing, they have emails and newsletters that are going out. They do social media that tells you more about it. They do these live streams to be able to connect people. So I would say that all of this will help you to be able to grow your business. And his network is stellar. He works with so many great minds. We call them the brains. It's pretty much brains as a service. And so if you want to leverage his network, if you want to invest or learn about opportunities that he's investing in, I would suggest that you connect with him. He can be able to advise you on those mutual opportunities. So as I bragged about Nick, and I tell you about my good friend Sandra as well, there are some tips that I want to also share with you as you go to these events, because sometimes, as being a connector, I realize that sometimes you feel a little left out of the room. Where everybody's talking to one another, they've got big ideas, and maybe you walk in and you're not really sure how to get started, right? Well, I wouldn't go in there and start with, I am Nikki Estes and I'm the owner of Market Me. I would tell you instead, don't kill the conversation with your job. Talk about what it is that you do. Talk about, I help companies to be able to launch their businesses, amplify their voices through events. Or you could say, I build systems that turn relationships into revenue. Or I help founders get out of complex situations because I help with their operations. All of these, be short, be clear, be intriguing with the way that you introduce yourself. Then, when you go to talk to people, also keep the curiosity going. You can listen to their stories, you can hear what they're doing and discover, because that's a gift, right? When you're in a conversation and you're allowing other people to speak, ask good questions, and then you're going to incite to them curiosity that they may ask a question back. So one of the triggers, you want them to say, what what does that mean, right? Or how do I do that? Or when is that happening? These are all keys to be able to get the conversation to continue to where you don't feel like you're left out, where they actually got to know you a little bit too. And then maybe there's an opportunity for you to do business together. So not that you talk a lot, but when you do talk, incite that curiosity. Also, another tip that I want to give to you today, as you're going to an event and you're building community, I want to ask you, think about the way that you're speaking. Are you in a performance mode, or are you being yourself? Are you comfortable? Some people have to be in performance mode because they're uncomfortable, right? But if you practice the things that you're going to say, the things that you want to talk about, that can help you. So think about the people that are going to be there. Like I said earlier, the agenda was so great to come out for Ageless because you knew who was going to be there. Well, for me, what I did is I went and studied their bios, because when I got into a conversation with them and I go and I shake their hand and I say hello, I wanted to have some things to be able to talk about. So do some prep work before you go into the event. Who do you know is going to be there? Learn about them so that you have good questions to be able to ask, and then build on what they say. Make a high quality observation and then build on that. Make a conversation out of it, and that can build your relationship with them to make your connection better. Another way that I want to give to you as a takeaway from this is you're going to these community events, come up with a little formula here that fills in the blanks, okay? I do X for Y so they can Z. Think about that. I do X for Y so they can Z. So for me, I would say I help leaders build visibility and credibility by showing them how to show up clear online and in person. That's it. You can do that. It's a short introduction, and it'll help you to be able to get in that conversation with them very quickly, very easily, and very simply, okay? So take that away from this. All right. If you get too much going, then you might lose the conversation, and they might get bored, and then they want to go meet with somebody else. So it's okay to jump around the room, right? But just make sure that every person that you leave an impression with them, that you were there, you listened, they got to know a little bit about you. You can exchange phone numbers, you can exchange cards, or you can use your phone, you can use your phone, go to your LinkedIn, go into the top bar where you have the search, and beside it, you can get your QR code and scan that. And that also gives you some more information about them so that later you can follow up and further the conversation that you started at that event. All right, well, let's see. Did I have any other takeaways that I wanted to share with you today? Look at my notes here. I think we've covered it all. So this is my iPad here. That's how I have a light on me. So I appreciate you coming today. If you're here, say hi in the comments. If you're at an event, let us know. Maybe we can share this event with others. If you're having an event, let us know. If you're going to an event coming up, let us know. We can put that into our calendar. We put it out there every week. Just submit it by Friday, and we can tell others so that we can help you to be able to build community. For those of you looking for creative ways to be able to grow your business, reach out. We help you with events, doing live streams and in-person events, everything from the brand logo to your website to even getting on stage. We can help you to be able to get coaches so that you can speak more fluid. And I myself are taking some advice from that. I appreciate you coming today. I hope that you learned something, that you took it away, and that you met a new person that you'll go follow, 2 people actually, that you can go follow, learn more about, and be able to grow business with, or just a good relationship. I hope you have a great day. Happy Thursday. See you next week.